Simon says subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive notifications.
Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I will teach you how to record a macro in Excel the easy way. Although macros can look very intimidating to both Excel experts and newbies alike, they are actually very easy to record if you understand the basics properly. Now, without further ado, let's quickly jump into the tutorial. Before we begin, let us first understand what is an Excel macro. A macro is a code written in the Visual Basic Programming VBA language. And here's where it gets exciting. You can write any set of valid instructions in a macro and run it in Excel's VBA editor to execute them. The possibilities are endless with macros. For example, you can write a macro to delete all the hyperlinks in a workbook, merge multiple sheets, and so on. You might assume that these macro codes are very difficult to write manually. But don't worry, Excel has an inbuilt macro recorder. It will record and automatically convert your activities into executable macros. You can then use these macros to automate repetitive tasks or modify them to create even more powerful macros. Isn't it exciting? Now let us see how to record a macro in Excel. First, activate the Developer tab in Excel if you haven't already done that. To activate it, right-click on any of the ribbon tabs and click on the Customize Ribbon button. Now, the Excel Options dialog box will appear. Under it, inside the Main Tabs pane of the Customize the Ribbon section, click the checkmark next to the Developer option, then click OK. This will switch on the Developer tab in Excel. In the Developer tab, locate and click on the Record Macro button in the Code group. The Record Macro dialog box will now appear. Here, name your macro. Keep in mind that there should be no spaces inside the macro's name. You can use an underscore instead of a space. You can also assign a shortcut key to run this particular macro. This is optional. Please note that this shortcut will replace any other existing shortcut for the same key combinations. In the Store Macro In section, specify where this macro needs to be applicable. For example, this workbook, this worksheet. This will ensure that the macro is saved as part of the Excel file even after closing and reopening it. Now, click on OK. Excel will immediately start recording your on-screen actions. In this example, I will find the sum of range A2 to A10 in cell A11. Click on cell A11, fill in the formula sum, open parentheses, A2, A10, close parentheses, and hit enter. Now you can hit the Stop Recording button in the Developer tab. It will be at the same place where you located the Record Macro option. Congratulations, it is that simple. That's all it takes to record a macro in Excel. Now, let us see how to run a recorded macro in Excel. Even though this macro is simple, you can always build on the basic concept and create complex macros as per your requirement. Now, let us test this macro out by executing it. First, delete the value in cell A11 and clear the formula. Now, locate and click on the Macros option in the Code group of the Developer tab. Select the macro you just created and click on Run in the Macros dialog box. Alternatively, you can use the keyboard shortcut if you assigned one to run the macro. Sit back and watch as the macro does its magic. Your cell A11 will automatically get filled with the formula sum A2 through A10 and display its value. Now, in case you want to view the VBA code version of a recorded macro, hit the keyboard shortcut Alt plus F11. This will open Excel's built-in VBA editor. Your recorded macros will be listed inside the left-hand pane of the VBA editor under the Modules section. Double-click on the module to view the recorded macros VBA code. In our example, the following VBA code was generated for the recorded macro. Keep in mind that we used it to record finding the sum of the range A2 through A10. I recommend you record multiple macros for various simple tasks and see how the VBA code changes for each of them. This way, you will rapidly gain an intuitive understanding of VBA codes in Excel. Now that we have seen how to record a macro, it is important to know its limitations. Limitation 1. The macro recorder cannot be used to create custom functions. Surely, you can modify a recorded macro's VBA code, but it is not equivalent to the versatility of a custom VBA code. Limitation 2. The macro recorder cannot record a command without the user selecting an object. For example, it cannot switch to another sheet and delete a particular range without the user manually doing so while recording it. Limitation 3. It cannot take any external arguments including other events. That is, each recorded macro is independent. For example, you cannot record a macro to execute certain commands when a particular condition is triggered, do this task when opening files, double-clicking, etc. Limitation 4. Similarly, it cannot check for global or external conditions. That is, you cannot use it to run if and else conditions to run commands based on certain criteria. For example, you cannot record a macro to check if the total sales in year 2020 is more than 200 million USD and run a command if that is true. Instead, you can record a macro to add an if formula in the sheet to check the criteria. Finally, limitation 5. Recorded macros cannot execute commands in repeating loops like do while, do until, for next, etc. In this tutorial, we saw how to easily record a macro in Excel. The more you use the macro recorder in Excel, you will appreciate the value of VBA codes better. I recommend that you begin by automating simple tasks like filtering a specific column or sorting a particular range. Macros certainly have a very rewarding learning curve, and the more you practice recording macros, the easier it will be to use them. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, we are going to look at how to delete name ranges in Excel. Named ranges are an excellent feature. They are helpful in decluttering your sheets, especially if you have numerous formulas and an abundance of data in your spreadsheet. If you're a regular Excel user, you would have come across name ranges at least once in your work. Essentially, you can use them to name and refer to a cell or a range of cells, instead of using their cell references. For example, after creating a named range called sample referring to the range from cell A2 to cell A10, you can use it inside formulas. For example, sum, open parentheses, sample, close parentheses can be used instead of using the range directly like sum, open parentheses, A2, semicolon, A10, close parentheses. Named ranges simplify work and cut the clutter to make your spreadsheets easy to understand for anyone. However, you may develop a habit of using them and inadvertently overuse them in your spreadsheets. The only problem is that named ranges, especially dynamic ranges, consume a considerable amount of working memory. Overusing them may slow down your Excel spreadsheet. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to delete named ranges in Excel using the Name Manager and VBA codes. First, let us see how to delete named ranges using the Name Manager. Excel's Name Manager is a built-in tool that allows you to create and manage all named ranges inside a spreadsheet. You can use it to delete all or some of the named ranges. Let's see how. First, click on the Name Manager option in the Defined Names section of the Formula tab. Then, in the Name Manager window, select all the named ranges you want to delete. Finally, hit the Delete button. Please note that you can select multiple name ranges at once by holding down the Control key while clicking on them individually. Now, let us see how to filter for specific named ranges to delete them. It is possible to rely too much on named ranges, and before you realize it, your spreadsheet may be flooded with too many of them to select individually. That's where the filter option in the Name Manager will come in handy to filter for specific types of named ranges. For example, if you want to delete only named ranges of tables, first, open the Name Manager from the Defined Names section of the Formula tab. Then, in the Name Manager window, click on the Filter option and choose your desired name range type from the drop-down list. In this example, we use table names. Finally, select the name ranges you want to delete from the filtered list and hit the Delete button. Next, let us see how to smartly delete named ranges using VBA codes. In some rare cases, using the Name Manager filter to delete named ranges may become tedious. You can tremendously simplify the process by using the following VBA codes. Let's see how to do that. First, hit the Alt plus F11 shortcut key to open the VBA editor. Then, in the VBA editor, go to Insert and click on Module. Now, enter either one of the following VBA code snippets inside the module window. Use the first code to delete only certain named ranges containing the string YYY inside their names. Please replace YYY with your desired name range that you are looking for. Use the second code to delete all named ranges from the workbook. Finally, hit the Run button or simply press F5. Congratulations, you have successfully deleted named ranges from your spreadsheet at the press of a button. In this guide, I showed you 2 smart ways to delete unwanted named ranges from your spreadsheet. Do try these out in the practice worksheet and let us know what you think. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to insert a page break in Excel. Page breaks in Excel are nothing but imaginary lines that separate a spreadsheet into different pages for printing. When you print an Excel sheet, it automatically assigns page breaks based on the paper size and scale settings. However, in some cases, you may want to manually insert a page break in Excel to maintain the ease of understanding for readers. For example, if you have a table that extends well beyond the visible boundaries of a spreadsheet, you can insert page breaks to bring structure to the content. This way, any end user can make sense of the table once it is printed. Let us see how to insert page breaks in Excel without further ado. Before we begin, let us understand the key differences between automatic and manual page breaks in Excel. First, go to the View tab and click on the Page Break View option in the Workbook Views section. This will immediately display all page breaks in your sheet. As mentioned earlier, Excel automatically adds some page breaks by default. Please note that all automatic page breaks are denoted by a blue-colored dotted line, whereas all manual page breaks are denoted by a regular blue line. Keep in mind, you cannot delete automatic page breaks. However, you can move them, which will convert them into manual page breaks. It is always advisable to keep the page break view mode on if you're working with page breaks. To manually insert page breaks in Excel, first open the page break preview. Then, to insert a vertical or horizontal page break, select the column or row respectively, immediately after where you want the page break to appear. Finally, click on the Insert Page Break option in the Break section of the Page Layout tab. The page break will appear in the form of blue lines. Repeat the same process if you want to add more page breaks. Did you know that you can move any page break to a different spot, thereby changing the area of the pages in your spreadsheet? To do this, first, click on the page break you want to move. Then, drag it using the double-headed arrow mouse pointer. Finally, release it in the new location. Now let us see how to remove page breaks in Excel. It is very easy. All you have to do is, first, select the column to the right or down below the page break you want to delete. Then, click on the Page Layout tab. In the Breaks drop-down menu, click on Remove Page Break. Now your sheet will be updated with the remaining breaks. The last option in the drop-down menu of the break is Reset All Page Break. This option allows you to reset the spreadsheet by deleting all the page breaks that you have manually inserted and leaves behind only the automatic page breaks. That's all, folks. We have discussed important tips and tricks about how to insert and adjust a page break in Excel. We hope you find this guide useful. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to bring back a missing scroll bar in Excel. The scroll bar is a very important element in Excel. We use it to move across the columns and rows without any hassle. But what if one day it goes missing all of a sudden? It's going to be difficult working without the scroll bars, right? And getting it back can be very frustrating. Well, don't fret. We're here to help you. Please watch till the end of the video to easily restore the missing scroll bar. Now let's get started without any further delay. First of all, there might be a couple of reasons why the scroll bar goes missing in Excel all of a sudden. The reasons could be one of these. You might have accidentally disabled the scroll bar when you were exploring the settings section. Or you might have disabled it to increase the cell visibility. Another possibility is that you could have minimized the scroll bar. There is an option right below the scroll bar which you might have accidentally clicked on it. One more reason could be that the scroll bar is simply out of view. That is because when you zoom in or minimize the Excel window, the scroll bar would also automatically hide or shrink. Now that you know the reasons why the scroll bar is missing, let's see how to troubleshoot it and fix the missing scroll bar issue. Let's see them one by one. Fix 1. Enable the Excel scroll bar. Let's see how to enable the Excel scroll bar option. To do that, go to the File tab and click on Options. On the left-hand side, click on the Advanced section. On the right-hand side, scroll down and locate the display option for the Workbook section. Under it, click on both Show Horizontal Scroll Bar and Show Vertical Scroll Bar options. Click the OK button to save the changes. Fix 2. Maximize the scroll bar. Sometimes you have the scroll bar option enabled, but still the scroll bar goes missing. There is a chance that it is minimized and you need to maximize it. Now do this step to restore the scroll bar back. At the bottom, on the right side of the page, you can see 3 small dots. Click on that and drag it to the left side to show the scroll bar. And now check and see if you can see your scroll bar is now enabled. Fix 3. Arrange the tiles. In some versions of Excel, a scroll bar might be missing if the tiles open windows aren't arranged properly. Let's see how to fix this. First, click on the View tab. Then, click on the Arrange All option. Select the Tiled option and click on OK to save your changes. This will fix the missing scroll bar issue if it is caused by improperly arranged tiles. Fix 4. Resize the Excel window. When the Excel window is minimized or if the size is altered, the scroll bar gets hidden. You have to resize the window to make the scroll bar appear. Now let's see how to do this. Click on the File's name bar at the top of the window and drag it to adjust the view. Drag it until the edges of the Excel window are visible to you. Click on the Maximize button near the Close button. Now check whether the scroll bar has appeared on the spreadsheet. That's all, folks. I have discussed the 4 easy ways to fix the missing scroll bar. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask in the comments section. We are always happy to help. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to create an Excel heat map from scratch the easy way. But before we begin, let us first understand what a heat map is in the first place. In Excel, charts are widely used to present data in an easy to understand and visually intuitive format. The heat map is one such very popular data visualization tool. A heat map is actually a color-coded table. It conveys a lot of information easily by combining a normal table with a color palette. I'm sure most of us would have come across heat maps in our daily lives. They are used in reports to draw attention to certain data points and explain them easily. Heat maps in Excel use colors to differentiate data, thus helping you get a bird's eye view of what's happening. The value in each cell of an Excel heat map has a color and it conveys some meaning. It usually ranges from dark to light color and represents the weightage of the value in the cell. But unfortunately, there is no built-in heat map tool or chart type in Excel. But that should not stop you from using this wonderful tool. That's why, in the next section, let us see how to create a heat map in Excel using conditional formatting. As the first step, enter your source data in the usual format. This will act as the base of your heat map. Ensure that all the rows and columns of your source data are properly labeled to avoid confusion. Next, select the range of cells where you wish to apply the heat map. Then, go to click on the Color Scales option under the Conditional Formatting section of the Home tab, and pick any suitable color scale. In this example, the red, yellow, green color scale applies green color to lower values and red to higher values. Anything in between will get a shade of yellow mixed with green and red. There is a gradient with different shades for the 3 colors. If you don't want the numbers to appear in your heat map, select the numbers and press the Ctrl+1 shortcut to open the Format Cells dialog box. There, go to the Custom category of the Number tab. Now, type 3 semicolons in the text box and click OK. Congratulations, you have successfully created a heat map in Excel. Sometimes you don't want a multicolor heat map and instead want a single color to be highlighted for the lower values, for the sake of simplicity. To do this, go to click on the More Rules button under the Color Scale section of Conditional Formatting. Now, in the New Formatting Rule box, select To Color Scale from the Format Style drop box, and set any single colors, lighter and darker hues, in the minimum and maximum color pickers as per your requirements. That's it. Click OK to view your single color gradient heat map. An Excel heat map is dynamic by default since it reads the cell values and changes color accordingly. But if you notice carefully, it will not update itself if new rows of data are added. To make it truly dynamic, format your entire data as a table. You can easily do this by selecting the entire heat map, including the headers, and using the Ctrl+T shortcut. This way, your heat map will update automatically if newer rows of data are inserted. That's all, folks. In this video, we learned how to create a heat map using conditional formatting in 5 simple steps. I recommend you test this out in a practice sheet to gain better understanding. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to fix the name error in Excel. Errors in Excel can be quite frustrating, especially if you don't know what is causing them. The name error is even more confusing since it's one of the most common types of errors you'll encounter in Excel. The name error occurs if Excel is not able to recognize any particular entity inside a formula. It can range from a simple typo in the formula's name to complex causes like invalid named ranges. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to identify these name errors and fix them on the go. The occurrence of the name error in Excel can be traced back to these 4 primary causes. We'll take a look at them one by one and see how to fix them easily. Reason 1, misspelt formula. This is the most common cause behind the name error in Excel. For example, if you accidentally misspell VLOOKUP, Excel will immediately pop the name error message. To correct this, simply replace the wrong formula name with the correct formula name. Reason 2, improper range usage. In case you are using range references inside your formulas, you have to be careful to avoid name errors. Any improper range reference will trigger the name error in Excel. For example, if you refer to the range B2 to B20 without a colon in between, it will give rise to the name error. Replace all improper usage to clear the name error. Reason 3, misspelled named ranges. Similarly, if you have accidentally misspelled a named range, expect a named error to show up immediately. To avoid this, correct such wrong instances and be careful while referring to them in the future. Also, be wary of using local named ranges. That is, named ranges can either be local, that is, valid inside one worksheet only, or global, that is, valid in all worksheets. If you accidentally refer to a local named range that is not present in your worksheet, you will face the name error. Open the Name Manager using the Ctrl+F3 shortcut and cross-check the scopes of all named ranges. Reason 4, text not in quotes. In Excel, when you want to refer to any text string, you have to enclose it inside 2 double quotes. If you don't do this, Excel will mistake the string for a formula or a name range and will throw up a name error. Also, note that you have to use the normal straight double quotes to refer to text strings. In some cases, you might accidentally use smart quotes or curly quotes instead of straight quotes. Excel will return the name error since it cannot parse these smart quotes. Keep this in mind while referring to text strings inside formulas. Now that we know how to troubleshoot each type of name error, let's look at how to avoid them in the first place. Tip 1. Take help from formula suggestions. Excel has a very powerful formula suggestion feature. When you start typing in your formula after the equal to symbol, Excel will automatically start suggesting suitable formulas and their respective syntaxes. Please pay special attention to these suggestions and double-check if your formulas are in accordance with the syntax. Interestingly, if you happen to have named ranges in your sheet, these will also appear in the suggestions. This will make it easier for you to enter formulas without errors. Tip 2. Use the Formula Wizard. Use the Formula Wizard if you're still not familiar with any syntax. You can access this by clicking on the FX icon right next to the formula bar. Enter the formula name in the Insert function box. This will take you to the Function Arguments dialog box, where you can enter each argument separately. Now Excel will hold your hand and help you out in filling all the arguments. Tip 3. Identify all the name errors in one go. In some cases, you may want to quickly identify all the name errors in an Excel worksheet. To do this, please follow these steps. Select the data where you want to scan for errors. In the Home tab, click on the Find and Select under the Go To Special section. Select the Errors option under the Formula section and click OK. This will highlight all the errors in the worksheet. Please note that this is not specific to the name error. In case you want this to be specific, follow these steps. Press the Ctrl+F shortcut to open the Find and Replace menu. Type in name ? In the Find What section. Click on Options and set the Look-In option to Values. Click OK. This will list all the causes of the name error and you can start resolving them one by one. That's all, folks. We hope you find this troubleshooting tutorial helpful. I have covered all of the possible ways to fix a name error in Excel. Please let us know which tip helped you the most. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you 5 easy ways to move rows and columns in Excel. Let's get started without further ado. While creating data on an Excel spreadsheet, it'd be a lot helpful if the data is organized or personalized to our needs. That's why we keep moving and organizing our data all the time. It provides better readability and helps us make sense of huge worksheets with a large number of rows. In Excel, you can move rows and columns using a couple of different methods. First, I'll show you how to move rows using the Insert, Cut, and Delete method. Select the particular row where you need to move the new row. Right-click on the row and click on Insert. A blank row is added and the rest of the contents are pushed down. Next, select the row you want to move. Right-click on the row and click Cut. The cut row will appear with a moving dots animation. Now, right-click on the row and click on Paste. This moves the contents onto the new row and leaves the old row empty. Finally, right-click the empty row and click on Delete. This successfully moves the row into the destined place. In the same way, you can move a column using Insert, Cut, and Delete method, following the same steps we used for moving a row, except use it on the column. First, insert a new column, cut the required column, and paste the column in the desired location. This process is easy to understand and execute, right? But it's time-consuming. There are better ways in Excel to easily move a row or column like a pro. The best one is to move using Shift key. In the next example, I will show you how to easily move a column using the Shift method. Select the column you want to move. Move the mouse pointer to the border of the selected column and you will see the pointer changing to a move icon. Hold Shift and drag the column to the desired location. The place it will be moved to will be highlighted as a red line. Drop the column when you see the red line and you can see the column moved to its desired place. It is that simple. You can try the same for a row by holding Shift. These two are basic functionalities used to move a row or column. But there are simpler methods. In fact, while moving and replacing a row, you don't hold the Shift while moving. Let me show you. Select a row as usual. Drag and drop the row without holding Shift. Once you drop the row, Excel throws a pop-up saying, "Do you want to replace the data?" Click Yes and the data will be moved and replaced. You can delete the empty row by right-clicking on it and deleting it. Another functionality is to move and copy a row/column. This is also similar to the previous method. In this method, you can do this by holding Control instead of Shift. I'll show you how. Select the row just like the previous method. But in this method, hold Control while moving the row. Drop the row in the destination and you can see the row copied onto the desired row. That's all, folks. In this video, we saw how to move rows and columns in Excel the easy way. You can move the rows or columns by the Insert Delete method or using the Shift method. Try all of them and see which method suits you best. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Dealing with a large database in Excel can be quite difficult. When you copy or import huge data from any database, the presence of unwanted spaces makes things even more complicated. In the case of numbers, some functions throw an error since space is treated as an additional character. These unwanted spaces can be leading, trailing, or occurring in between words or numbers. Sometimes, extra spaces appear along with some unprintable characters. So, how do you remove the extra spaces? Don't worry, in this video I will tell you 3 easy ways to remove spaces in Excel. Let's jump right into them without further ado. First, let us see how to remove spaces using the trim function. This function removes any excess leading, trailing, and spaces in between values. But keep in mind that you'll need an empty column for the trimmed values. To trim the extra spaces for the values, enter the function trim of cell number in the destination cell or the formula bar. Here, cell number denotes the position of the untrimmed text. This gives you the trimmed value without any leading, in between, or trailing spaces. You can use the drag handle to apply the formula to other existing cells with untrimmed spaces. Copy the trimmed values by right-clicking on the selected column and selecting Cut or Copy. While pasting, use the Paste Special and paste the trim spaces as values. Next, let us use the Find and Replace method to remove unwanted spaces. This method works based on the principle of finding the number of spaces and replacing it. However, this method leaves one space with leading, trailing, or in-between space. This method is very effective when the untrimmed values are more spread out over the spreadsheet. To trim the values, first select Untrimmed Values. Navigate to Home. Under Editing, select Find and Select, and then click on Replace. Or simply press Ctrl+H. This opens up a Find and Replace dialog box. Enter a double space in the Find What text box and single space in the Replace With text box. Click Replace All. This pops up a notification showing replacements made for a certain number of places. Click OK. Again, click on the Replace All until you get a We couldn't find anything to replace notification shows up. Finally, let us see the third method to remove spaces in Excel. You can use the Substitute formula to remove all spaces. This method works on the principle of replacing the space with an empty string. To trim the values of unwanted spaces, enter this formula in the destination cell or formula bar. Here, A22 is the cell that contains the untrimmed values. That is, the space is replaced by an empty string value. That's all, folks. In this video, we have seen 3 methods to remove leading, trailing, or spaces in between. Each method has its own advantages. Choose the method that suits your needs. Please feel free to leave your questions in the comment section below. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. Using bullet points is a great way to list important things in any document. We use them all the time in our reports and PowerPoint presentations. But have you ever wondered how to add bullet points in Excel? Well, of course, it is possible and easy to insert bullet points in Excel. In this guide, I'll show you 5 easy ways to add bullet points in Excel. Let's dive in. First, let us see how to add bullet points using the Alt key. This is one of the easiest methods to insert a bullet point in Excel. But it only works if you have a separate numeric pad on your keyboard. To insert bullet points using the Alt key, Select the cell where you want to insert the bullet point. Now, hold the Alt key and press 7 or 9. Once you leave the Alt key, the bullet appears. You can drag the fill handle to copy the bullet points to adjacent cells. In case you don't have a numeric keypad, you can add bullet points to the cells by using the Insert option. Select the cell you want to add a bullet point. Go to the Insert tab and click Symbols. The Symbol dialog box opens. Click the drop-down and search for the bullet point. Select the bullet point and click on Insert. Another method of adding bullet points is by using the CHR function. Select the cell you want to add bullets to. Use the formula in the destination cell or the formula bar and press Enter. This inserts the bullet points in the cells. You can drag the fill handle of the cell to add bullets to the other cells. You can also use the custom formatting of the cell to add bullet points. To add a custom format, select a cell or a group of cells. Right-click on the cells and select Format Cells. This opens up a dialog box. Under Number, select Custom. In the type bar, type. You can add the bullet point in the type bar by copying the bullet or Alt+7 method. Click OK. The text you add in the formatted cells will have bullet points. If you want to add bullet points to any other cells, right-click on the cell. Go to Format Cells. Under Custom, select Format and click OK. If all this seems too much work for you, you can just copy and paste the list or bullets from other Microsoft Word documents or PowerPoint presentations. You can just copy the bullet points or can copy the whole list. Double-click a cell to enter edit mode and paste the copied list. You can see the list populating a single cell with bullet points. That is all, folks. In this video, we saw 5 easy ways to insert bullet points in Excel. You can use the Alt key, Insert tab, or custom formatting to insert bullet points in Excel. Choose the method which suits you best and saves time. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to make a pie chart in Excel. Nonverbal representations are an amazing and innovative way to educate people on very intricate details. There are a variety of nonverbal presentations to present data. Among them, the most popular form of nonverbal cues is the pie chart. Let us see how to create a pie chart. First, select the data you are using for the pie chart. Go to Insert under Charts. Select the Pie Chart option. You can choose between different pie charts from the drop-down. Click on the pie chart of your choice. The chart gets added in the center of the sheet. We have successfully created a pie chart in Excel. Creating a pie chart in Excel is so simple. You can now easily portray complex numeric data in an easily understandable form. You can move or resize the chart and place it wherever you want. Additionally, you can also give an in-depth representation of any segment. Simply click on the chart. Select the area you want to highlight, and drag the area a little out to the pie chart. Now let us see how to customize the pie chart. Excel offers you the liberty to customize your pie chart to your preferences. You can change the colors, font, style, and fields to your liking. You can customize the pie chart by directly clicking on it. This shows 3 icons towards the right of the chart. They provide important options to customize your pie chart. The first option is called Chart Elements. This helps you customize the text in the chart. You can change the position of the chart title, add or change the position of the labels, or choose to position the legends to appear. There is an option called More Options. Clicking this opens up a Format Chart Title pop-up, which provides you in-depth additional customizing options to the chart. The second element is the style and color options. This helps you change the background layout of the pie chart. You can also customize the color of the areas within the pie chart. Customizing the colors and backgrounds helps in providing an appealing look to the chart and makes it easier to present them. The final element to customize your pie chart is the filter option. This helps you choose which elements to show on the pie chart. That is all, folks. In this video, we saw how to make a pie chart in Excel. We also showed you how to customize it based on your preferences. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.